The Supreme Court is going to hear oral arguments tomorrow on birthright citizenship, so I'm going to discuss my opinion on the case. At issue in this case is how much power we're going to give a president to interpret the Constitution. Now, there's only three people that actually can interpret the Constitution. The first one is the Supreme Court. They have the most power to interpret the Constitution. Then it's Congress. They have some power to interpret the Constitution, but they can't conflict with prior Supreme Court decisions or prior interpretations. The one that has the weakest and least power is the executive branch. And at issue is that the Trump administration has tried to eliminate birthright citizenship by introducing a radical new interpretation to how we understand birthright citizenship through executive action. Now, the first person to interpret it was the Supreme Court. The 14th Amendment is what guaranteed every human being born in the United States citizenship, as long as they were born here on our territory and are subject to our jurisdiction. The Supreme Court has interpreted this three times. The first one is in the slaughterhouse cases, where they narrowly defined other components of the 14th Amendment and basically said that this really only applies to freed slaves. The second time they interpreted it, they did so in Juan Kim Ark, and there we were dealing with a human being born here who had two parents who couldn't naturalize because they weren't white, but were domiciled inside the United States. And there, the Supreme Court definitively said anyone born inside the United States is subject to our jurisdiction, and thus they are U.S. citizens at birth. In Elks versus Wilkins, the Supreme Court said that people born inside Indian territories are not subject to our jurisdiction. We don't have immediate control over them. We don't have political jurisdiction over them. That is a term that's going to be used a lot, political jurisdiction. Because we don't have political jurisdiction over them, they have their own laws and own method of doing things, then that means that they are not automatically U.S. citizens at birth. We gave them citizenship through naturalization, not through birthright later in the future. Now, Congress has interpreted birthright citizenship also three times. The first one was 1940. By then, Juan Kim Ark had already firmly established that anyone born here was a citizen, with narrow exceptions, such as the sons of foreign diplomats and the children of maybe an invading army in the future. The second time they interpreted it was 1952 under the INA, and again in 1965, again when they reintroduced the INA or made changes to it. Every time they've interpreted it, we have continued to apply birthright citizenship to any human being born in the United States. They are subject to our jurisdiction, with the exception if they were born on Indian territories, or again, foreign diplomat kids, or again, invading army. That's it. This is the first time a president has tried to do a radical interpretation of what's already in the case law, what's already in statutory interpretation, the way that Congress has already interpreted it. And for that reason, I think it's unlawful. And for that reason, I think the Supreme Court will agree.